Welcome back everyone! Last week we asked you all for suggestions on what to plant on the embankment to help hold the soil, and we received so many thoughtful responses. After going through the comments, we decided on periwinkle, also known as Vinca minor, along with a mix of local wildflower seeds. Last week Philippe also gave the dumper a full maintenance, and while that task might have looked like a small step in the grand scheme of things, it reminded us of just how much of what we do here depends on the tools we rely on every day. With the wet season still holding on and some of the bigger renovation tasks waiting for the right conditions, we're turning our attention to a few areas that quietly sets the stage for what's coming next. One of them is a project that has been on our to-do list for a while, clearing the fields. For the first big cleanup, we'll be asking for help, but afterward we want to be able to maintain them ourselves. And for that, there's one tool that needs to work perfectly. Our old McCormick tractor with the mowing equipment attached. The tractor runs, but there are still a few details that need attention. We hear far too often accidents that happen with the tractor, so we'd rather stay on the safe side and make sure this machine is in proper working order before putting it to use.
Give it a little bit of power, not too much, preheat it again. These are the brakes, so I'm gonna open one up and see what's going on in there. I have no idea how they're built up. This is the brake disc. It is worn, but there's still left on it. Okay, next one is this one. The only difference with this one is I need to disconnect this pedal, because in here there is a differential that you can block. So if your tractor is stuck and one wheel is turning and the other one is not, and you push on this pedal and then the differential locks and then the other wheel will turn as well to get you out of a sticky situation, which can happen a lot with a tractor. And that's also, I think there is a leak here, and I think that might be also the reason why this brake is not working, because there is oil inside. Oh la 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 la, what's coming out, what's coming out. Oh la 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 la, oh, that's not good. I don't know if you can see this, but it's full of oil and water. That's exactly why it's not braking. So let's clean out this brake system. So this is a new brake actually, but the problem will be that it has been greased up. I'll degrease them, I'll ask Claude, but I think once brake pads have been oiled up like this, they are done for, which is sad in a way. But it is good to see that there are new brake pads on it, so someone was using this tractor and somewhat taking care of it. Voila. In there is a spacer, but far in there, and I need to remove the spacer before I can see the seal that stops oil coming out. It's not easy to film this, but I got it at the front. I'm gonna try a magnet now to get it out. So I was able to extract this from, it goes over here and goes deep inside. So now I gotta get the felt, I think it's a felt washer that is in there that makes the seal, and behind it is another one of these. So you gotta imagine the long spring here, then it's a metal washer, then it's a felt washer, metal washer again, and then a spring. And it's those two springs who compress the whole package and who stop oil from coming out. Because I was able to extract this, luckily enough, I'm now seeing the felt washer, but it's deep inside and it's not easy to get out. I've created many things, like this with the little hook on it that's very sharp, but it doesn't have enough rigidity? I don't know, you know what I mean? We have some of these meat picks, I'm gonna call it, metal ones, who are a lot more sturdier. I bend it a little bit and it has a nice little point on it. So I'm gonna try to maybe go like this, get it in, straighten it, and then see if I can pull it out. Let's get in my favorite position here. And now I pricked myself. Oh, this is so comfortable. Love it. Love it. This is something else, eh? This is something else. It's coming out in all tiny little pieces. That's better than not coming out. Makes it a little bit more difficult to get a new one on the right size, but okay, that is success. So now all I need to do is find a washer. I'm gonna go to Claude, see if we can find something. I have somewhat of a measurement. 2 weeks in the making. Let us see. Cowling, which should be correct. This looks not bad. That is the good thing when you buy the original parts. They put the color coding on again, so if ever someone after me needs to change it again, it's easier. Original hydraulic oil. Voila. And I ordered some extra if I have another leak. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show it one time to you guys. So this is the valve body, I'm gonna call it. This is where all your hydraulic line comes. And then you have the small ones like these, and these go to the joystick. So these give the command from here to open or close, and then the hydraulic fluid pushes or comes back through the big lines to your cylinders. So I won't be able to film this, I can just show you now, but then the camera has to go because my body has to go in. Down there I have to put the small one in, thread it through here, but not like they did underneath those 4 main ones that you can't see probably, but on the bottom, but keep it above. And then thread it through here, up, and then to the joystick on the other side. And then hopefully we do have a working machine again. Voilà, perfect. Hopla. all that is left now is to fire it up. So, with the new line, still the same problem. So the only thing I can think is cracking this upper line. I am at a loss right now. So it doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to do the command. So what more can I do, to be honest?
Het herfsttijd in brand.
Nee.
Jawel, we hebben nu nodig.
Oh. Die brand vliegen alleen omdat...
Zo. En kijk, hoe kijken, hè? Zo.
Kijk.
Ah, voilà. Aha.
Ah.
Is daar gevallen.
Maar het is nog vuur.
Oh, waar?
Oh, nog vuur, mama.
Hey. Hallo, Kus. Hallo, baby. Wat zie je allemaal? Wat zie je allemaal? Heb je honger?
Ah. Oh, yeah. Okay, new day. Yesterday I was getting quite frustrated why it wouldn't work. Last night I didn't sleep too well. You get frustrated because you don't know the solution and you don't know how it exactly works, this hydraulic system, because this is all new for me. So it is easy to spot a leak. It is easy to replace that hose. That's not too hard. But if then it doesn't work, you gotta start troubleshooting, and that's where it gets difficult if you have no experience how a hydraulic system works. But yesterday evening, before I went to bed, I started studying the hydraulic schematics of this little excavator, and then I think it clicked a little bit how this works. So I was going at it the wrong way, so I do really think it is still air that is in the system. This is a pilot line. This is actually the other way around, so my up works, and this is what's inside here that gives pressure. When you pull on the stick there, it gives pressure, it pushes a spring, and I think it pushes then a valve spool, I'm gonna call it, which in turn then lets fluid through or blocks it. So that's what I think is wrong. With the hose that I changed is on the same line, but all the way down there. Okay, again, I don't know. Let us try something. So the two pilot hoses are off and dripping, of course. Normally, if I fire up the excavator, there should be nothing coming out. That is correct. That if I engage, comes out clean. So there is no air in this. Where is the problem? So at both pilot hoses, we have pressure coming out. There's one thing I can take off and maybe look if there's maybe some dirt that got in there. There's like a very, very, very tiny, 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 tiny little passage. So I'm gonna blow it a few more times. Maybe that was blocked because the hose pipe burst. It was underneath in all the soil. So it might have taken some dirt with it and it goes directly that way. So maybe that was the problem. It wanted to go down. I fixed it! It's working! It was that valve that was stuck at the bottom. Oh! Finally, I succeeded. Oh, oh. So, by method of deduction, by method of thinking a lot, by method of looking at hydraulic schematics and trying to understand it, I was able to find it. It's a learning curve, That's all I can say. But it is fixed and it didn't cost me 60 an hour minimum. So for anyone who is interested, this looks like one radiator, but it's actually two. There's one for the hydraulics and a big one for your engine. Okay, that's about the maximum I can do. Cool engine is a happy engine, so while I'm here. And afterwards, for me, it's a lot easier to spot any upcoming leaks. People have asked is the excavator is from 2015, I think. So I do not know in general how long hoses last. So the hoses are 10 years old now. So I think it's pretty normal that I start busting hoses more and more, but also you get used to it, I guess. The quicker you're gonna be able to change them. Like you learn, I now know how the pilot circuit works, so if another one breaks, I know more what to check. So. What else that did break down almost together with this hose is the heater. The typical freezing weather, and the heater, the fan is broken. But I thought, okay, the fan, easy fix, take it out, put a new fan in. I think it's 400 euros just for the part to replace the fans. But I think for now, I'll just wear some more clothes. So, sometimes the prices on these excavators for parts are insanely high. Okay, blow it out. I was able to track it back, but it tracks very slowly, so I need to adjust those pedals to get them properly in the same, in the center. So that's what I thought, is there's not the same amount. So we have this much of travel. This is pushing a lot more. So not easy, not easy. The excavator is running perfect. Very happy with that. Doing it all by eye, so I'm doing it quickly before it gets too muddy, so it will not be perfect. It's not possible. I did it without laser. But as long as 75% of the water just flows out, we're there. So it will never overflow. As you can see, it's working perfectly. The only part that is sad is those two pipes there were already damaged from before, and now they're even more damaged. So once it is dry, I will have to dig them out, reconnect them, see if they're not full of filth. I cut myself, so I need to do that. But it doesn't matter. The main thing was to get this out. Tomorrow it's gonna rain again, but that's exactly what I wanted to do, is go around. If there's some water standing afterwards, I don't care. There's gonna be stones over it, you're not gonna see it, and it can seep into my drain or it can seep into the ground. But if we have heavy rains and it comes pouring down again, at least it has a fast way out, so I don't have the trouble all the time. So, in the spirit of solving shit, when I was digging there from all the rain, a big part of soil came down. When I was digging there, I wasn't able to finish it, and I hit my drainage. So I tore open the geotextile a little bit, and I need to solve it now, because I've noticed the water coming from up pools there now, and a little bit coming down pools there as well, and it's taking a lot of little fine soil particles with it, and it's going straight into the drain. I am going to try to dig manually because the digger works, but it's filthy and I don't want to bring it on here, and I need it there, so I'm not gonna clean it up, just to bring it 2 seconds over here and then drive it all the way back up there. You can see it's not that bad. This is, I've put a layer extra on top of it, if you remember, and then over it, so. This is what I wanted, because there was water coming from up there, taking a lot of silt with it, and instead of going that way, it was first going this way, and it was all searching the easiest spot, and that was here where I teared open my drain. I have to put the camera inside because it's way too awful outside. I'm gonna glue it in place. I've got 2 pieces. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more. I'm sorry you won't be able to see it, but you'll have to trust me that it will be hopefully good. rain is not letting off, so I'm gonna do a less glamorous job. Let's go to the tip with all our stuff, and then I'm gonna pass by Claude because he asked me to clean up his tools a little bit because he doesn't see well. He put everything on a table, and I'm just gonna put it in the correct place for him since it's this weather. So the digging there is done. I still need to finish little bits here and there, but it's impossible. It's too wet. I'm already very grateful for what I've been able to do, that the water can escape. Look at my beautiful river. It's actually flowing pretty nice. And then in the future, because I've seen people their suggestions, but that's actually what we want to do, is bring this from the drain, from this little moat that I created, bring it through the yard towards our future pond. So all the water we want to bring to a pond, and from our pond it will overflow into a little river at the edge of our land. So that's perfect. So happy this excavator works again. I hope these lights still work. I put new LED lights in there, but water gets in there as well. Okay, a lot of people are not gonna like this, but I seriously don't have a choice. Voila, there we go. So at least if water gets in, it won't destroy my light fixtures, if it hasn't already destroyed it. Voila. Haba, it's draining a lot faster than the other one. Voila. Still working. Got the water drained out. Now it will always drain out instead of forming an aquarium. And I'm letting them, they've been on for an hour now. So hopefully it dries out a little bit. Get some stuff out of here, move the excavator inside the barn. And tomorrow I will start work inside the barn normally. Aye.